And it is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Wednesday, March the 30th, 2016, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Funeral service for Larry Kirk, 75 of Muleshoe, is scheduled for 11 o'clock Thursday morning, March 31st at the Calvary Baptist Church with Brother Jeff Kaufman of Muleshoe officiating. Burial will be in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Larry died on Sunday in Muleshoe. He was born August 31st, 1940 in Littlefield to Otis and Gertrude Poole Kirk. He married Pat McLeod in Muleshoe on January 23rd, 1960. Larry retired in 1989 after many years as a production operations manager for Arco. He loved playing bridge and his guitar. He was a member of the Calvary Baptist Church in Muleshoe. He was preceded in death by his parents and a brother, Dargan Kirk. Larry is survived by his wife, Pat, a son, Brent Kirk of Eagle River, Alaska, his daughter, Kelly Campbell of Wasilla, Alaska, two sisters, Carolyn Wallace of Midland, and Jeanette Petroff of Palm Desert, California. Two grandsons, Colton and Christopher Kirk, also survived Larry. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Muleshoe Memorial Park, P.O. Box 373, Muleshoe, Texas 79347. Online condolences can be made on Ellis Funeral Home's website at www.ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, funeral service for Larry Kirk, 75 of Muleshoe, is scheduled for 11 o'clock Thursday morning, March 31st at the Calvary Baptist Church with Brother Jeff Kaufman of Muleshoe officiating. Please keep the Kirk family on your prayer list today. Memorial service for Angie Castillo, 38 years of age of Muleshoe, will be held Thursday afternoon, March 31st at 4 p.m. at the MHS Carrie Moore Auditorium with the MISC Superintendent Dr. R.L. Richards and Watson Junior High teacher Nick DeLay officiating. Angie was a Watson Junior High special education teacher's aide and died over the weekend here in Muleshoe. She is survived by her brother, Freddie Castillo, and his wife, April. Please keep the family of Angie Castillo on your prayer list today. Again, Angie Castillo, 38 years of age. Memorial service will be held on Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m. at the MHS Carrie Moore Auditorium with MISD Superintendent Dr. R.L. Richards and Watson Junior High teacher Nick DeLay officiating. Please keep the Castillo family on your prayer list today. Memorial service for Judge Glenn Williams, 100 of Muleshoe, is scheduled for 11 o'clock Saturday morning, April 2nd at the Ellis Funeral Home Chapel. Judge Williams died last week here in Muleshoe. He was born August 18, 1915 in St. Louis, Oklahoma to Charles and Ella Latimer Williams. He married Gladys Holt in Clovis January 25, 1939. Judge Williams moved from St. Louis, Oklahoma to Muleshoe. In 1929, he was Bailey County Judge for 25 years. He was a farmer and a member of the Muleshoe Primitive Baptist Church. Judge Williams is preceded in death by his parents, two sisters, Flora Lewis and Chloe Klutz, and two brothers, Conrad Williams and Scott Williams. He is survived by his wife, Gladys, his son, Randy Williams, and wife Annette of McGregor, Texas, two daughters, Betty Ott and her husband Rayburn of Muleshoe, and Gwen Splon and her husband Benny of Amarillo. 8 grandchildren, Monty Phipps, Mike Phipps, Mark Phipps, Shelley Murky, Marlana Phipps, Dana Horgan, Jennifer Seitz, and Whitney Spivey. 14 great-grandchildren and 16 great-great-grandchildren also survive Judge Williams. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Bailey County Meals on Wheels program, 300 South 1st Street, Muleshoe, Texas, 79347. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, memorial service for Judge Glenn Williams, 100 years of age of Muleshoe, is scheduled for 11 o'clock Saturday morning, April the 2nd at Ellis Funeral Home Chapel with Dr. Stacy Connor officiating. Please keep this family on your prayer list today. Secure your life with fast technologies available through 5 Area. Whether you're in Muleshoe or anywhere in the world, security and automation services for your home, farm, or business available now through your hometown company, 5 Area. Plans starting now at $20 per month. Fast Technologies offers live and recordable video surveillance. Control your door locks and garage doors, whether you're in your recliner, around the corner, or in Dallas. Lighting control and motion detection. door and window sensors. Receive alerts through text, email, or phone. Plans again starting at $20 per month. Call today, 5area 806-272-5533, or go by their website at 5area.com. They will also be happy to give you an on-site demo, so stop by their offices today, 302 Uvalde Street on the west edge of Muleshoe. A DSL internet connection is required. That's home, farm, and business security and automation services available through Fast Technologies at 5 Area. Call 806-272-5533 for more information. And the time for the weather forecast brought to you today by 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications. We do have high fire weather concerns for today on Wednesday in the Muleshoe area. Critical fire danger for the South Plains, Southern Texas Panhandle, and Northern Rolling Plains through Wednesday evening. The dry line will quickly push east of the area this morning. Then temperatures will warm into the 70s and mid-80s across the area. Relative humidity will drop to near 10%. Winds will increase to 25 to 35 miles per hour this afternoon, with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And those create some scenarios that there is high fire weather concerns for the area. Yesterday on Tuesday, our relative humidity dropped to 8% during the afternoon hours when the wind was gusting very high. The high yesterday was 81 degrees. The low was 52 on Tuesday here in Muleshoe. The max wind gust was 41 miles per hour. And again, the relative humidity dropped down to the single digits during the afternoon hours. So a high weather situation set up for today. Again, as there's already a red flag warning in effect from 11 a.m. today on Wednesday until 8 p.m. this evening, and a wind advisory. The high today should be around 76 degrees, patchy blowing dust after 1 p.m. Windy conditions with a west-southwest wind 20 to 25 miles per hour, increasing to 30 miles per hour. During the afternoon hours, winds can gust as high as 45 to 50 miles per hour. Patchy blowing dust before 8 p.m. this evening, mostly clear with a low around 43 degrees. Windy conditions with the west-southwest wind 25 to 35 miles per hour, decreasing later in the evening. Winds can gust as high as 45 miles per hour tonight. Sunny with the high near 68 for Thursday. North winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, so the winds will calm down for Thursday. Mostly cloudy with a low around 36 Thursday night. A 20% chance of showers on Friday, mostly cloudy, high near 59 degrees, so much cooler. Northeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, so keep your fingers crossed. Maybe we'll get that 20% chance of rain, as we desperately need it here in Muleshoe. Friday night, partly cloudy, low around 34. Northeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming southwest after midnight. Saturday, beginning the weekend, sunny, a little bit warmer, high near 68 degrees. West-northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear Saturday night, low around 42 degrees. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny on Sunday, high near 74 degrees. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday night, clear, low around 48. And again, we're going to have some windy conditions, low relative humidities this afternoon, so it will create a fire weather danger. Red flag warning is already in effect today until 8 p.m. and a wind advisory. Look for gusts as high as 45 miles per hour for the Muleshoe area today. On Wednesday, high near 76, low tonight around 43. Then Thursday, much calmer day, sunny, high near 68 degrees. North winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Then mostly cloudy. Thursday night, low around 36. 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast. Of course, in light of all these dry conditions we've had so far at the end of the winter and start of the spring here in Bailey County, the Bailey County Commissioners Court met in regular session on Monday morning at the Bailey County Courthouse, and they instituted a burn ban which will come into effect at noon today on Wednesday and will be in effect until further notice. So there is a burn ban in effect for Bailey County that begins today on Wednesday at noon until further notice. Talked to Grayson, my brother, this morning, and he is a firefighter for the National Forest Service based out of Carson National Forest in the Taos area at El Rita, New Mexico. But he's already been sent on a fire. It's extremely early, but he's already been sent to the Ruidoso area. He didn't have to go very far, as they have a fire that broke out there Monday afternoon. It's burning around 175 acres, and it's very close to the village of Ruidoso. In fact, he said that they've been spending the night in the weight room at Ruidoso High School, sleeping there so they can be as close to the fire as they can. It's called the Ruidoso Moon Mountain Fire. He said the winds have been extremely high with gusts around 60 miles per hour there in the Ruidoso area in southern New Mexico, with the extreme low relative humidities, and he said they're beginning to get that fire under control. They've had several fires pop up in different areas in the Ruidoso area, but they've been able to control them all. But keep Grayson on your prayer list, as he's already on a fire very early into his firefighting season this year, as he was sent Monday to Ruidoso to fight the Ruidoso Moon Mountain Fire. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments here on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well as MuleshoeTV.com, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Do you have family in town? Well, if you do, come to Leal's, where families come together. Leal's is a family business that started in Muleshoe. They are located at 1010 West American Boulevard and serve the best of Mexican food and other treats. See you at Leal's. That's where my family goes when we are in town.
Show your school spirit with the First Bank School Spirit MasterCard debit cards, available now at 202 South First Street, 806-272-4515. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school every time you swap your card. Get your new Muleshoe Mules, Dimmitt Bobcats, or Bovina Mustang School Spirit MasterCard at the First Bank here in Muleshoe now, 202 South First Street, 806-272-4515. The First Bank is member FDIC. Look for the sell circular in your newspaper today for Frying Cox here in Muleshoe, 401 South First Street, along with Farwell Hardware in Farwell, Texas. They have a great paint sale going on. Buy one, get 1 gallon for $5. Includes all best look interior and exterior paints and exterior stains. Do it best. Best look paints. Buy one, get 1 gallon for $5. Buy one, get one free. Purdy White Dove roller color cover available now at Frying Cox and Farwell Hardware. Sell good through April the 9th. Look for the sale circular in the newspaper today here in Muleshoe. According to Dr. R.L. Richards, during the Muleshoe Independent School District's Tuesday, March 29th, state standardized STAR testing issues arose. The Muleshoe High School testing was not completed yesterday. However, the Watson Junior High and DeShazo tests were. The issue began last spring when the state testing procurement awarded another vendor, a company called ETS Educational Testing Services, the majority of the testing contract. In November, ETS indicated they would be able to continue the testing processes that were in place in the past. The Muleshoe ISD district testing coordinators and technology department worked rigorously to make sure that the high school testing was prepared for the online tests. However, Tuesday morning, the high school students began the test but were unable to complete them due to technology issues. It seems there was a difficulty in the processing of the testing data to the new ETS file servers. The district testing coordinator was on the phone to correct the issue with ETS on Tuesday. The first time he was put on hold for 1 hour and then cut off. The second time, they've been on the phone for over 2 hours and 20 minutes. The voice message on the ETS line states that districts have encountered problems assessing the START assessment management system today. ETS is aware of the system performance issues and is working to resolve them immediately. Dr. Richards says that they will be able to complete the tests today that were not able to finish on Tuesday. Also, the Mike Morath, the Texas Education Agency Commissioner, issued a statement. The technical issues experienced on Tuesday during the online administration of STAR tests are simply unacceptable. Such issues undermine the hard work of our teachers and students. Kids in the classroom should never suffer from mistakes made by adults. Educational testing service is not new to administering assessments on a large-scale basis, so I cannot accept the transition to a new testing vendor as an excuse for what occurred. TEA also shares in the responsibility in the proper administration of these assessments. As an agency, we did not live up to that commitment. TEA will continue working with our school districts, charters, and ETS to address these and any other outstanding issues. So hopefully they'll get those issues fixed for the STAR test, and thanks to Dr. Richards for informing us about the issues that Muleshoe High School, along with many other school districts in the state, had with the STAR test on Tuesday, and hope they'll get those fixed. That's not really fair to the kids who are prepared to take those tests on the day when technical issues arise, and hopefully they'll get them resolved in the very near future. Sandy Chitwood, MHS art teacher, informs us that the Portales Art Council hosted the Sidewalk Chalk Competition on Saturday, March the 26th at Eastern New Mexico University around the administration building. 6 students attended from Muleshoe High School. First place was Chris Flores, second place was Mary Rodriguez, and third place was Fernando Salamonica. Honorable mention went to Allegra Mora. So congratulations. That's great placing for Muleshoe High School students that were in the Sidewalk Chalk Competition this past weekend at Eastern New Mexico University in Portales, and we'll have some pictures of those entries, the Sidewalk Chalk art, on our TV screen here on MuleshoeTV.com, our website, and on Reach Broadband Channel 6. Thanks to Sandy Chitwood for that great news and for those pictures. She also let us know that MHS had 4 students who qualified for the ENMU art exhibit. The reception was held last Friday night, March 25th at ENMU, and Allegra Moore received 3rd place in the exhibit. Also included in the exhibit were Chris Flores with his wire sculpture, and Eddie Elizalde acrylic paint, and Mary Rodriguez with her watercolor. So congratulations, kids, those that were in the ENMU art exhibit, and the reception was held last Friday night in Portales. On Thursday, MHS tennis will be in action all day at a meet in Levelland. On Friday here in Muleshoe all day as well, the Muleshoe High School Invitational Track Meet will take place, and we'll be there covering that. We'll have Bob Graves calling it for you, and we'll do the running finals as usual. You can look for that later on the day, Saturday, on MuleshoeTV.com and Reach Broadband Channel 6 for our highlights, the running finals from the Muleshoe High School Invitational Track Meet. Saturday at 12 noon, both baseball and softball will be in action. Baseball at Friona and softball at Dimmitt. The Muleshoe Art Association annual Spring Art Show will be held next week here at the Muleshoe State Bank Meeting Room. It's open to all adult artists working in any fine arts medium. Entries should be original in design and execution. Works completed in a workshop or under the supervision are ineligible. It's $5 entry for members, $3 for miniatures, $10 entry for non-members. Entry fees are non-refundable. Membership dues are $20 to the Muleshoe Art Association. The categories are oil and acrylics, watercolor, pastels, photography, miniatures, and miscellaneous. Special category will be Muleshoe High School Art Department, 18 years of age and under. Take your entries by Monday morning or during the afternoon to the Muleshoe State Bank Meeting Room, 101 West American Boulevard, between 9 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. And if you have any more questions, you can contact Sandra Chansey, Ann Johnson, Nelda Marriott, Martha Honeycutt, or Alice Lies. They'll be on display all week at the Muleshoe State Bank meeting room, so you can go by and see them. The judge for this year's art show is Marilyn Riley from Muleshoe. And on Tuesday, Marilyn will judge the artwork at the meeting room, and reception and awards presentation will be on Tuesday afternoon at 1 p.m. The spring collection is now at BK Boutique, 200 East 21st Street in Clovis, New Mexico. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. till 5 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The spring collection is now in at BK Boutique, 200 East 21st Street, Clovis, New Mexico, 575-762-1848. BK Boutique in Clovis, New Mexico. The Student Community Action Club Bake Auction will be held right here on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well on our website, muleshoetv.com, to benefit the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation on Saturday, April the 2nd, during the morning. Again, you can go to our website, muleshoetv.com, or tune in right here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 to see the 2016 Student Community Action Club Bake Auction to benefit the Muleshoe Heritage Foundation this Saturday, April the 2nd, 8:30 a.m. till 12 p.m. here on Channel 6. Recover close to home at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center's swing bed program. It's for Medicare patients discharged from Muleshoe or any other area hospital following an acute illness, injury, or surgery, but still need time and physical therapy to heal and strengthen before going home. Contact Lucy Garcia, RN, at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center by calling 806-272-4524 to see if you or your loved one qualifies for the swing bed program, available now at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 708 South 1st Street. Again, call Lucy Garcia, 806-272-4524. We're glad to announce that Judy Kaufman has been hired as the new director of the Bailey County Office of the Aging, and she began on Monday morning. She will take care, of course, Muleshoe Meals on Wheels program, among others like the Bailey County Senior Transportation Services. She has been for many years at Higginbotham Bartlett and is now at the Bailey County Courthouse at the Bailey County Office on the Aging. So good luck to Judy Kaufman. That sounds like a great hire to us. Mark on your calendar now for Thursday, April the 14th, as the MHS Fine Arts Boosters will hold their annual Fine Arts Night to Shine with displays from MHS art students, along with performances by the band, choir, and then the one-act play will perform their play following that in the Carrie Moore Auditorium, all going on at the MHS Commons area. That's Thursday, April the 14th, MHS Fine Arts Night to Shine. My niece Julia Reynolds, daughter Peyton and Alicia Reynolds O'Brien, won first place in the 2016 George Bush Presidential Library and Museum Essay Contest. Julia is the 10-year-old fifth grader at Johnson Elementary School in Bryan. She was selected by her writing teacher, Ms. Amanda Williams, to enter the contest. Julia will receive $50 and a trophy to be presented April 14th in the Annenberg Presidential Library Conference Center's Freimeyer Auditorium at the Bush Library in College Station. School students from 15 counties entered the contest, and Julia was the only first-place winner from Johnson Elementary. The essay had to be on the subject of American conservation heritage. Julia wrote about artist Thomas Moran's diary at Yellowstone National Park. And congratulations to my niece Julia Reynolds on winning first place in that George Bush Presidential Library essay contest. For sale on our bargain basement today, we have a brown glider, rocker, and swivel brown chair that reclines and has a stool. Call Debbie Hammer, 806-272-7346 or 806-946-8073. That's for sale, a brown glider, rocker, and swivel brown chair that reclines and has a stool. Call 806-272-7346 or 946-8073, Debbie Hammer. The Spring Blood Drive will be at MHS on Wednesday, April 6th from 9 until 3. You must be 17 years old to donate, or with a parent's signed consent form, you can be 16 years of age. You must have a photo ID. Contact Sharon Johnson, the nurse at MHS, to make an appointment, 806-272-7309. That's the Spring Blood Drive at MHS will be Wednesday, April the 6th. Continue to remember Larry Thornton on your prayer list. Today he had a heart transplant surgery on February 14th and remains at our last notice at Baylor Hospital in Dallas. There has been a fund set up for his medical expenses at First Bank, and it is still open according to Rhonda Eagle. You can donate there at First Bank here in Muleshoe for the Larry Thornton Medical Expense Fund. Please keep Larry on your prayer list today, and his wife, Diane. Of course, Larry is the minister at Richland Hills Baptist Church and the editor of the Muleshoe Journal. Continue to remember Jinx Myers, who fell and broke his hip last week, on your prayer list today. Remember Cleo Ward, Dr. Joby Claiborne, Mrs. Wayne Pearson, Shirley Boyd Anderson of Amherst. Remember Jerry and Bill Savuto. Reese Brown, the nephew of Ivan Noble, needs to remain on your prayer list today. Terry Obenhouse, who had successful heart surgery recently. Remember Hannah Simmons, Reed Markle, Harper Lee Kirby, Janice Brantley, Eliza Dodd, the granddaughter of Jane Foster, on your prayer list. Mike Pugh, David Gallman, Francis Merritt Montes, Carol Precure, Marjorie Precure, Susie Clonch and her husband Jim Pat, Jean Paul Jarman, Irma Mendoza, Michael Richardson, Laverne Smyer, Marion Wilson, Wani Frazier, Evelyn Ellington, James and Wanda Kemp, Jean Kemp. Remember, please, the family of Judge Glenn Williams, also the family of Larry Kirk, and the family of Angie Castillo needs to remain on your prayer list today. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6. Find it as well on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
This is Tumbleweed Smith. A man in Mesquite traveled to every Texas city. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as muleshoetv.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They're celebrating 76 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric. They're owned by the members that they serve. Call them 806-272-4504 or check them out online, bcecoop.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope that you enjoy this Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
James Jennings of Mesquite has traveled in Texas.
We have visited every city, town, community, village, and ghost town. Photographed them extensively. Did pretty good write-ups on each one as to what we saw, who we met, what we did.
He says the journey took him 3.5 years, from July of 94 until November of 97.
My wife and I like to go out for 1 or 2 days, 3 days, Texas back roads, and just kick around because there's so much to see, and it's a great pleasure. And one day we were doing it, and I just said, Linda, let's have a purpose in life. I think I'd like to just go to every town in Texas. And she said, I think, are you crazy? And I said, yes, I probably am. But we did it in a Suburban. Our main book was The Roads of Texas. Texas Almanac, of course, very important. Why Stop is a book that we purchased. It has all the historical markers in it. And we would go to a county or counties at a time. And the first county we did, and I can't remember why, was Bailey County, Muleshoe, Texas. It's very confusing if you try to work 2 or 3 counties. We would pick the counties based on how much time we had to work, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. And we would not like to go into a county until we had finished a county.
He never told anyone he was coming and rarely went to chambers of commerce.
We never met a person that did not open up their city or their town or their home or their business to us with open arms.
He says he could do a photography book on country churches and post offices.
We could do old Masonic lodges, county jail's no longer in use. Unusual signs, that we would run into.
He says in the panhandle town of Kittiquay, he couldn't find a place to eat.
One of our favorite places was the Turkey Hotel in Turkey, Texas, but we went over to Kittiquay to eat and drove around and headed back to Turkey and stopped and asked a lady on the side of the road. And we told her we were over there, but we didn't see a sign, and her comment was, it doesn't need a sign, everybody knows where it is. So she sent us back, and it's a great restaurant, maybe one of the best hamburgers I've ever had in my life.
James Jennings of Mesquite says he has traveled on every road in Texas. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Time now for the market report, brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor with Edward Jones, right here in Muleshoe at 104 West 2nd Street. Call 806-272-4102. He's a member SIPC. He can assist you with any of your financial needs, no matter where you live. The market report was recorded this Wednesday, March the 30th, 2016 at 11:45 a.m.
This is Dana Rempe of Edward Jones, bringing you the daily financial market report. U.S. stocks are trading higher, set to benefit for a second session from a cautious stance on interest rate hikes expressed by Federal Reserve Chairman Janet Yellen. In economic news, the ADP employment report showed less of a decline in employment than expected for March, while mortgage applications last week declined by less than the previous week. Investors now turn their attention to the more comprehensive non-farm payrolls data set to be released on Friday. U.S. bond prices are trending lower. So far this morning in the S&P 500, the best performing sector is technology, while the worst performing sector is telecommunications. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 60 points to 17,693. The S&P 500 index is up 7 to 2,062, and the NASDAQ Composite Index is up 16 to 4,863. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is moderate, with 373 million shares traded. Advancers are outnumbering decliners by roughly a 5-2 margin. In commodity markets, the spot price of gold is down $15 to $1,226. The spot price of silver is down 11 cents to $15.25, and crude oil prices are up $1 to $39. In bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.68%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 1.85%. In stocks of local interest, Procter & Gamble is up 15 cents to $82.97. Berkshire Hathaway is up 76 cents to $142.66. Xcel Energy is down a penny to $41.65. Pfizer is up a penny to $30.06. Walt Disney is up 38 cents to $98.54. Apple is up $1.36 to $109.04. Johnson & Johnson is down 5 cents to $109.09. Vodafone is up 41 cents to $32.19. And Chevron is up 34 cents to $95.66. This is Dana Rempe of Edward Jones, member SIPC, serving individual investors with personalized attention and long-term financial advice at 104 West 2nd Street in Muleshoe. Daily commentary is also located on our website at edwardjones.com.